What if I told you that two vegetables sitting side by side in your fridge could have completely different effects on your blood sugar? One might be helping keep your glucose levels stable, while the other could be causing spikes without you even realizing it. The surprising part? Millions of people with diabetes eat these vegetables every week and assume they're all equally healthy. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal 10 vegetables that may help support healthy blood sugar levels ranked from good to surprisingly powerful. And make sure you stay until the end, because number 5 is a vegetable many diabetics are eating the wrong way, and number 9 has a benefit that most people never hear about. Let's get started. If you're trying to control your blood sugar, here's something most people don't realize. Not all vegetables affect your body the same way. Some can help slow down sugar spikes and support better glucose control, while others may not be as helpful as you think. The problem is that most people are simply told to eat more vegetables without ever learning which ones actually make the biggest difference. That's exactly what we're going to fix today. In this video, I'll walk you through 10 vegetables that can help support healthy blood sugar levels. For each one, you'll learn why it works, what makes it special, and the easiest ways to add it to your daily meals. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which vegetables deserve a place on your plate and which ones you should be more careful with. Let's start with vegetable number 10. Let's start with a vegetable that's probably already sitting in your kitchen right now: spinach. At first glance, spinach doesn't seem very exciting. It's common, inexpensive, and something many families eat regularly. But when it comes to supporting healthy blood sugar levels, spinach may be one of the most underrated vegetables on this list. One of the main reasons is its high magnesium content. Now, magnesium might not be something you think about every day, but it plays an important role inside your body. Think of insulin as a key and your cells as locked doors. Insulin's job is to help sugar move from your bloodstream into your cells, where it can be used for energy. Magnesium helps that process work more smoothly. When your body doesn't get enough magnesium, those doors may not respond as efficiently to insulin. As a result, sugar can stay in the bloodstream longer than it should. What's interesting is that many people with high blood sugar or type 2 diabetes are often low in magnesium without even realizing it. They may focus on cutting sugar and carbohydrates, but never think about whether they're getting enough minerals that help the body use insulin properly. That's where spinach can be helpful. Another advantage of spinach is that it's very low in calories and carbohydrates, which means you can enjoy a generous serving without causing a major blood sugar spike. At the same time, it provides fiber, which helps slow digestion and supports more stable blood sugar levels after meals. And here's something many people overlook: consistency matters more than quantity. You don't need to eat huge amounts of spinach every day. Adding it to your meals regularly over time is what can make the biggest difference. So how can you include more spinach in your diet? One simple option is to add it to your daily dal or lentil soup. You can also cook it lightly with garlic and spices as a side dish. Some people like blending a handful into a vegetable smoothie, while others mix chopped spinach into omelets, curries, or salads. The goal isn't to completely change your diet overnight. It's simply to find easy ways to make spinach a regular part of your weekly meals. If you're looking for a simple vegetable that supports healthy blood sugar levels while also providing valuable nutrients, spinach is a great place to start. The next vegetable on our list is bottle gourd, better known in many homes as lauki. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Lauki isn't exactly the most exciting vegetable in the world. In fact, many people avoid it because they think it's bland or boring. But when it comes to supporting healthy blood sugar levels, lauki has a few advantages that make it worth paying attention to. One of the biggest benefits of bottle gourd is that it's made up mostly of water. That means it's naturally very low in calories and contains very little natural sugar compared to many other foods people eat every day. Why does that matter? Because when you're trying to manage blood sugar, choosing foods that provide volume without adding a lot of extra calories or sugar can be extremely helpful. Lauki allows you to eat a satisfying portion without putting a heavy burden on your blood sugar levels. But water isn't the only reason this vegetable is useful. Bottle gourd also contains fiber, and fiber plays an important role in how your body handles food. Think of fiber as a natural speed controller. Instead of allowing carbohydrates to be broken down and absorbed very quickly, fiber helps slow the process down. As a result, sugar enters the bloodstream more gradually rather than all at once. That's important because sudden spikes in blood sugar can leave people feeling tired, hungry again soon after eating, or struggling to keep their glucose levels stable. Another reason many people like Locky is that it's easy on the stomach. It's light, easy to digest, and can fit into a variety of meal plans without adding unnecessary fats or processed ingredients. And remember, managing blood sugar isn't just about avoiding certain foods. It's also about filling your plate with foods that support steadier energy and better overall nutrition. Locky is one of those foods. So how can you add it to your diet? The simplest option is to cook it as a traditional curry. You can also add it to dal, soups, or mixed vegetable dishes. Some people enjoy fresh Locky juice, although whole cooked Locky is often a more filling option because it keeps more of the fiber intact. You don't need to eat it every day. But including bottle gourd in your meals 2 or 3 times a week can be an easy and practical habit if you're working toward healthier blood sugar levels. It may not be the most popular vegetable on this list, but its combination of water, fiber, and low-calorie content makes it a smart choice for many people trying to support better glucose control. Number 8, cauliflower. Now let's talk about a vegetable that can completely change the way you think about blood sugar-friendly eating. One of the biggest challenges for people trying to manage blood sugar is giving up foods they enjoy. Foods like white rice, mashed potatoes, and other starchy side dishes are often a regular part of meals. The problem is that these foods can be broken down into glucose relatively quickly, which may lead to higher blood sugar levels after eating. That's where cauliflower becomes so interesting. Unlike many starchy foods, cauliflower is naturally low in carbohydrates. This means it generally has a much smaller impact on blood sugar levels while still helping you feel satisfied after a meal. But the real magic of cauliflower isn't just what's inside it, it's what it can replace. For example, many people are surprised to learn that cauliflower can be turned into something called cauliflower rice. When grated into small pieces and lightly cooked, it looks surprisingly similar to rice on the plate. It won't taste exactly the same, of course, but it can be a useful alternative for people who are trying to reduce their carbohydrate intake. The same thing applies to mashed cauliflower. It has a creamy texture that many people enjoy, but with far fewer carbohydrates than traditional mashed potatoes. Think about that for a moment. Instead of completely changing your diet, sometimes a simple swap can make a meaningful difference. You're still eating a filling side dish, you're still enjoying your meal, but you're reducing the amount of carbohydrates that may affect your blood sugar. Another advantage of cauliflower is that it contains fiber. Fiber helps slow digestion and supports a more gradual release of glucose into the bloodstream. That can contribute to steadier energy levels and better blood sugar management throughout the day. And here's something many people appreciate. Cauliflower is incredibly versatile. It can be roasted, steamed, stir-fried, added to soups, mixed into curries, or used in a variety of creative recipes. So how can you start using it? One easy option is to grate cauliflower and lightly saute it as a rice substitute. You can also roast cauliflower with a little olive oil and your favorite spices for a simple and satisfying side dish. Some people even mix cauliflower with regular rice at first, making the transition easier while still reducing overall carbohydrate intake. If rice or potatoes are a regular part of your meals, cauliflower may be one of the easiest vegetables on this list to start using right away. Sometimes better blood sugar control doesn't come from eating less food. It comes from making smarter swaps, and cauliflower is one of the smartest swaps you can make. Number 7, cabbage. The next vegetable on our list is one that many people walk right past in the grocery store without giving it a second thought. It may not have the reputation of vegetables like spinach or broccoli, but cabbage has several qualities that make it worth adding to a blood sugar-friendly diet. One of the biggest reasons is its fiber content. When you eat a meal, your body starts breaking food down into smaller components, including glucose. If that process happens too quickly, blood sugar levels can rise sharply. But fiber helps slow things down. Think of fiber as a natural traffic controller. Instead of allowing sugar to rush into the bloodstream all at once, fiber helps create a slower, steadier release. That means your blood sugar may rise more gradually after a meal rather than spiking suddenly. For people trying to manage diabetes or high blood sugar, that slower and steadier response can be extremely valuable. But fiber isn't the only thing cabbage has going for it. Cabbage also contains antioxidants, which help protect the body's cells from oxidative stress. Over time, high blood sugar levels can place extra stress on the body, so eating foods that provide antioxidant support is another positive step toward overall health. Another advantage of cabbage is that it's very filling for the number of calories it contains. This means you can eat a generous serving and feel satisfied without adding a large amount of calories or carbohydrates to your meal. That's one reason many people find it helpful when they're trying to manage both blood sugar and weight at the same time. And unlike some specialty health foods, cabbage is affordable, widely available, and easy to prepare. You don't need expensive ingredients or complicated recipes to benefit from it. So, how can you add more cabbage to your meals? One simple option is a fresh cabbage salad with a light dressing. You can also lightly saute it with garlic and spices for a quick side dish. Another easy method is to add shredded cabbage to soups, stir fries, curries, or mixed vegetable dishes. Even small changes like these can help increase your fiber intake without requiring a major change to your diet. Cabbage may not be the most exciting vegetable in the supermarket, but when it comes to supporting steady blood sugar levels, it's one of the most underrated vegetables you can put on your plate. Number 6, cucumber. Now here's one vegetable I mentioned right at the beginning of this video, cucumber. And interestingly, this is also one of the most misunderstood vegetables when it comes to blood sugar. Let's start with what makes cucumber special. Cucumber is made up mostly of water, and it contains very few carbohydrates. That means when you eat it, it has almost no significant impact on your blood sugar levels compared to most other snacks or foods. In simple terms, it's one of those foods that gives you volume and freshness without really loading your system with sugar or starch. But there's another important benefit that many people overlook: hydration. When your body is well hydrated, everything works more efficiently, including how your body processes and manages glucose. Even mild dehydration can sometimes make it harder for your body to maintain stable energy levels throughout the day. So in a way, cucumber is not just a vegetable, it's also a hydration-supporting snack. Now here's where the mistake happens. A lot of people turn cucumber into something unhealthy without even realizing it. They eat it with heavy salt, chaat masala, spicy mixes, or even sugary dressings. And while that might make it taste better, it can also reduce its overall benefit, especially if you're trying to manage blood sugar levels. Because the problem is not cucumber itself, it's what we add to it. So if your goal is better blood sugar control, the simplest approach is usually the best one. Plain cucumber with a little lemon, black pepper, or a pinch of salt is more than enough. You don't need to turn it into a complex snack. Another great thing about cucumber is how easy it is to use in everyday life. You don't need to cook it, you don't need a recipe, and you don't need any preparation. Just wash it, slice it, and it's ready. That's why it works so well as a replacement snack. Instead of reaching for chips, biscuits, or packaged snacks during the day, having sliced cucumber nearby can help you stay full without adding unnecessary sugar or calories. And sometimes, that small replacement is what makes the biggest difference over time. Cucumber may look simple, but when used correctly, it can quietly support your blood sugar goals in a very practical way. Number 5, bell peppers. Next on the list are bell peppers, especially the green and red ones you commonly see in the market. At first glance, bell peppers don't look like anything special. They're colorful, crunchy, and often just used as a side ingredient in cooking. But when it comes to blood sugar support, they quietly offer some interesting benefits. One of the key reasons bell peppers are helpful is their potential role in supporting better insulin function in the body. Now let's understand that in simple terms. Insulin is like a messenger that helps move sugar from your blood into your cells, where it can be used for energy. But sometimes, the body's cells don't respond to that message as effectively. This is known as reduced insulin sensitivity, and it can make it harder for the body to keep blood sugar stable. Certain nutrient-rich vegetables like bell peppers may help support this process and encourage better overall metabolic balance. Another advantage is that bell peppers are naturally low in calories and carbohydrates, which means they can be added to meals without significantly affecting blood sugar levels. But what makes them really useful is how easy they are to include in everyday food. You don't need to change your diet or cook special meals. You can simply add them to what you're already eating. So how can you use them? Chop them into small pieces and add them to stir fries. Mix them into salads for extra crunch and color. You can also add them to omelets, scrambled eggs, or vegetable curries. Even a small handful added to your regular meals can increase the overall nutritional value of your plate without making things complicated. And that's one of the simplest principles of healthy eating. You don't always need big changes. Sometimes, small additions make the biggest difference. Bell peppers are a perfect example of that. Number 4, eggplant, brinjal, or eggplant, contains a compound called chlorogenic acid. This compound helps slow down how quickly glucose is released into your bloodstream. That slower release means fewer sudden spikes in your sugar levels after eating. How to use it? Grilled bangan, a light bangan curry, or roasted eggplant are all great ways to include this vegetable in your weekly meals. Number 3, tomatoes. Tomatoes are a non-starchy vegetable with a low glycemic index, which means they release sugar slowly into the bloodstream and do not cause sharp spikes in blood sugar like starchy foods. They are also packed with antioxidants like lycopene that support overall health and help protect the body from inflammation and long-term damage. This makes them a smart and refreshing choice for people managing their blood sugar levels. You can easily include tomatoes in your daily meals without worrying about sugar spikes. How to use it? Fresh tomato salads, tomato-based curries, soups, or simply adding sliced tomatoes to your meals are all simple and effective ways to benefit from this everyday vegetable. Number 2, radish. This one surprises a lot of people. Radish. Radish contains compounds that help increase a hormone called adiponectin. This hormone plays a direct role in regulating glucose levels in the body. Most people have never even heard of this hormone, but it's one of the reasons radish deserves a spot on this list. How to use it? Add raw radish slices to your salad or cook it as a simple side dish. It's a small addition with a meaningful effect. Number 1, leafy greens. And finally, leafy greens or lettuce. These greens are extremely low in carbohydrates and very high in fiber. That combination makes them one of the best overall choices for anyone trying to manage their blood sugar because they fill you up without significantly raising your glucose levels. How to use it? A simple dish, a few times a week, or adding lettuce to your daily salads is an easy way to make this a regular part of your diet. So that's a quick recap of today's video. We looked at 10 simple vegetables that can naturally support healthy blood sugar levels and improve your daily diet. But remember, there is no single magic food. Real results come from consistent, balanced choices made every day. These vegetables are not a replacement for medical advice, but they can be a helpful part of a healthy lifestyle. If you found this video useful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more simple, practical health tips every week. Let me know in the comments which vegetable you already use and which one you plan to add next. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.